Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to just give everyone a few minutes to join because we have quite a large audience that has signed up for this webinar. So if you don't mind just sticking around for a couple minutes, and then we'll get started. As we wait for people to join, as we have quite the international audience, why don't you guys tell us where you're joining us from? So feel free to write in the chat. We're going to be reading you. So where are you guys joining us from? Feel free to write in the chat. I see someone saying hi. Someone's from Spain. Cool. Barcelona, Madrid, Portugal, Brazil, Chicago, Guatemala, Canada, Rabat, Philippines, Illinois, Pakistan, Italy, Barcelona, London, UK. Okay. Any more? I'm sure we have more people joining us, so we're just going to give a couple more minutes. Canary Islands, great. Madrid. Zaragoza, Spain. So I myself am located in Madrid. Judit, where are you from? Where are you located?
I'm located in Barcelona.
Barcelona. And we have Fort Worth, Texas, Singapore. Okay, it's quite a large audience. So we're gonna give it just one more minute for people to join. Yeah, bit late in the night here, but thanks for joining us anyway. We hope that, the session is worth it. It's going to be worth it. Yes, we will have this session recorded and you will receive it. So there will be a replay. You'll receive it in a thank you email. You're welcome. But we hope you stay till the end because we have interesting things to say. All right. So I think that it's 3 minutes after. So let's get started. So welcome to our lead gen bot building webinar from zero to conversion. We are thrilled to have you join us today. So I'm Rachel Ann Kreis, Vice President of Marketing at Landbot, and joining me is Judit Vives, Customer Success Manager at Landbot. Say hi.
Hi guys, how are you?
All right. So by the end of this session, you'll know how to set up your own lead gen bot that fits the needs of your business. Also, if you saw in the invitations, as a special thank you for joining us live, you'll receive a 50% discount on either our WhatsApp Pro plan or Pro plan, depending on the plan you currently have with us. This discount will be valid for 3 weeks and last for 3 months and counts only for monthly plans, but we have more details on that later. Thanks, Charlie. The webinar sign-up experience was so cool. We used our own registration bot. So we used a Landbot for the sign-up experience. So if you like that, then you're going to like this because that was a lead generation bot as well. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the agenda. So today we are not just talking about AI chatbots. We are going to build one together live. So the agenda today is to first go over a bit of theory of how to build a lead generation chatbot that converts. Second, we'll build one together. And third, we'll show you how to connect your chatbot using the Facebook Pixel and Google Analytics events to track leads from your campaigns. Then we'll have a Q&A session. And at the end, tomorrow, you guys are going to receive 2 more ready-to-use chatbot templates, as well as the chatbot template that we're going to build together today so that you can use them for inspiration. So now I'd like to start with a question to the audience. Who here has ever struggled to find the best health insurance plan? Anyone? I know I have. So I live in Madrid and I recently went through this experience. I was talking to Sanitas, I was talking to Cigna, I was talking to, I forget how many, but I was interested in having dental. How high was the copay? Was it full coverage? Were the waiting times long? I actually have one part of my leg that is not insured. I had knee surgery, so my left knee is the only part that I could not get an insurance company to insure. So yes, I see in the chat that Sarah has, Chad Miller has, Charlie didn't know we can use the Landbot to do that. Yes, you can use Landbot for many things. There are many different use cases. So imagine now having a virtual assistant that guides you step by step on your specific needs. And that's exactly the chatbot, web chatbot that we're going to build today. Does that sound good to everyone? Yeah? Let me know in the chat. Yes. Okay, so a little context. Why chatbots? So chatbots are great because they can make decision processes faster, like choosing the right health insurance plan, like we're going to see today, and also tailor the experience. You can also use them for webinar registration sign up processes, like Charlie mentioned, and like we did as well for this webinar. But why are bots so powerful? Well, first of all, they enhance the user experience by focusing on one interaction at a time. So you have visibility of the entire conversation and the ability to access the conversation history. And this allows people that you talk with or who the bot talks with to feel more connected and informed because you have more information about them. Progressive profiling is also another great feature. So the more information your chatbot collects over time, the more value it can provide to the user. So it's the old expression, the old saying that knowledge is power, and the more knowledge your chatbot has, the more powerful it can be, right? And this targeted interaction drives better results and provides more personalization and more engagement because the conversations, again, are 100% personalized based on that user's or lead's context. And last but not least, this ultimately increases conversion rates and lowers cost per lead. One of our agency clients has actually increased conversions, so leads generated with his web chatbots by 30% and reduced cost per lead by 30% with Landbot. It's actually the newest case study on our website. So if you go to our case studies later, you can check out the full story. So let's imagine helping potential clients find their ideal health insurance plan based on their age, specific healthcare needs, all automated through a friendly web chatbot. So now's the time to go through a little bit of theory. So can y'all see my screen here? Can you guys see the mural? Please let me know. Yes, great. So the way we're going to divide this chatbot is into 3 sections. So we're going to have the welcome message. Sorry, it's moving a little bit glitchy, right? Nothing I can do about it. The body message, and then the action and closing message, okay, to end the bot. So let's start with the welcome message. All right, so we'll start with the headline, and this is really to introduce the bot, setting a friendly, trustworthy tone. You can choose the tone. It really depends on your brand and how you communicate with your prospects and customers. This will be followed by a hero image or a video, and the idea is to capture attention by using visual aids. And then we will be using a sub-headline, which will briefly explain the bot's function, clarifying its value, so there's no confusion as to what the bot is for and what it does. The function of the bot needs to be clearly understood by anyone interacting with it. And then finally, we will have the response button, which will be a start button, which is a clear call to action for users, leads, prospects, customers to initiate the conversation with the bot. Okay, moving on to the body part. This is where we're going to get into the discovery questions. So these are questions where we gather essential information through conversational prompts to build a user profile. So asking maybe if they've had insurance before, if the insurance is for them or for a loved one, how old they are, etc. Right? Because this is the context that we need to help recommend the best plan for them. Then we will be saving all of these answers as variables because later you're going to see that we're going to create a database on Google Sheets where we're going to have all of the information from each conversation saved. And that way we can be in control of what was said and who said what and have more context on each one of those conversations. Then we will be doing some conditional logic. And this is really to help us to qualify our users or our leads, right? Because it could be that they have needs that we can't accommodate, right? So we want to let them know that, hey, we don't have any plan for you at this time, right? In a nice way, of course. And then last but not least, we will be threading through the whole bot reward prompts. And these are used to encourage interaction. It's used to incentivize people to keep going through the bot so they complete it. Now, finally, moving to the last part, which is the action in the closing. So here is where we can start with the lead generation questions. So these are the questions where you ask for their name, their email, their phone number. So because we've done the discovery questions ahead of time, we have been able to warm up and connect with the lead in a way that they're now more open and willing to answer these questions. So the metaphor I always use when I talk about this is it's like if you ask the lead generation, so imagine you're going on a first date, okay? And on the first date, you ask the person to marry you. Has anyone in the chat done that? Anyone too scared to say anything? Has anyone in the chat done it? Probably not. Yes, because it's I wouldn't, exactly, because you need to get to know the person. You have to warm up to them, right? You can probably need more than one date, right? To ask them to marry you, right? So that's the point of the discovery questions. But now that we've warmed them up, we can ask the lead generation questions, right? And this is the information needed for follow-up and also to help guide users to a purchase. That later will be followed by a lead magnet. So we need to reward them. So up until this point, they spent this time with this bot, answering the discovery questions, giving us their contact information for the lead generation questions. And we're going to give them something in return. In this case, it's going to be a brochure that I made with ChatGPT on all the different health insurance plans that we have, the price, what they involve, etc. So they have more information to be able to make the best decision. This will be followed by an AI-powered value add. So what we're going to do is, if anyone has questions about the plans that they see in the brochure at all, they can ask the AI and it will answer directly their questions. And this will just keep them more engaged and also reduce response times and also increase credibility because they get the answers they need about the plans that they're interested in. And then the last two are storing all of these variables from the conversation in Google Sheets and then showing you how you can track performance in Google Analytics and Facebook to track lead engagement, performance, and conversion metrics. And then finally, we will end with the farewell message. And that's to leave a positive impression, provide closure to the interaction, and also keep the door open for future communication. Okay? So this is the bot that we are going to build today. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass the ball to Judit, who's going to be building this bot with us today. So I'll stop sharing my screen.
All right, thank you, Rachel. I'm going to share my screen. You can see my screen, right? You can see the bot builder.
Yes. Okay. So just to get started, Judit is going to take us into the builder where we're going to build our bot today. So as you remember, and many of you guys have said in the chat, it's often difficult to find the best insurance plan. So the bot we're going to set up today is going to help guide our users to finding the best healthcare plan that fits their needs. So we're going to be building a web bot, and you can see notes on the canvas to kind of help us guide ourselves through our journey. And so we're going to go ahead and start with the first section of the bot, which is the welcome message, to set the tone and make ourselves sound trustworthy. So Judit, you want to tell us a bit about the company that we are and what we need from the audience? Because we're going to need your help building this bot.
Sure. Yes, Rachel was saying we're going to be a health insurance company. In this case, our name is Health Insurance Plus. And what we offer is basically plans to help the users cover all these needs, right? So the first thing that we need from you guys is to let us know what name you would like to name this bot advisor. So if you could tell us in the chat.
So guys, what's the name? Oh, I already see one. Peggy. Okay, Peggy is the first name. I like Peggy. I'm actually watching Mad Men again, and I like Peggy on Mad Men.
Okay, Peggy it is.
Okay.
And now in this case, we wanted to add a GIF. So let's go with hello. If you want to choose any of these, I like this dog one, but any of these is fine. So just tell us in the chat which one you like.
Which ones do you like, guys? So this is the visual to engage people. Okay, the dog one is cool. All right, I see many people liking the dog.
And then we have the sub headline. In this case, we're just going to go with I will help you find a health insurance plan that allows you to manage healthcare services easily.
And that's clear.
We just have a button to start the bot. In this case, it's just going to be start. Okay, so moving on.
All right. So yeah, and the subline again is just to make very clear what the bot is for, so no one gets confused. And because sometimes you might find that people will ask random things to bots, and we want to make sure that it's very clear that we're here to help them provide to find the right healthcare plan, and that is our only goal with this bot. All right, so it's time to move to the second part of the bot building experience. So we're going to move on to the discovery questions, and these are going to help us do what we mentioned before, which is progressive profiling for better responses. So let's start with the first question, Judit.
All right, so the first question is going to be, who is this insurance for? In this case, we're going to go with for me or for a family member. And as we mentioned before, we want to save all these questions as a variable. In this case, we're going to call it beneficiary, and it's already saved.
Great. Sergio asks, is this what we will have to do to build our own bots? Yes, but you will also have this template as well. So if you'd like to edit it, you're welcome to. There's a question about what about other option. We're not using that option right now because that means any of the above. And what we want to make sure is that whether it's for them or the family, that we want to record that information just like that. The any other option is just if all options apply. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to. Yes, we'll come back to this question, Ramsey, so we can keep building the bot. Great. So now let's add a reward message. So we talked about this, right? This is to keep people going through the bot. So let's add a reward message with a GIF to keep the person going. Are there any suggestions maybe that we can add to keep people interested? Thanks. Let's keep moving. Okay, that's great. Let's add that, Judy.
Okay, and a GIF, maybe. I like this one.
Many of these tools will be available to you, yes, for the pro plan, Sergio. So yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to discovery question 2, which is, do you or they already have health insurance? So Judy, when you want to add that question?
Okay, and in this case, we're just gonna give two options, yes or no. And we need to save this as insurance check.
Great. Now we're going to move on to another question where we ask who their health insurance provider is if they have one.
Okay, and now we're gonna need your help again here. If you can name a few health insurance providers in the chat.
Okay. AXA. Okay, thanks, audience members. Anyone else? Cigna? Sanitas? Oh, you guys are fast. Okay, what if we do?
And
Okay, we'll add 3. So just either Sanitas or AXA or any of those 3.
okay, these 3 is fine.
Okay, great.
And here again, we need to save it as a variable, and we'll go with current insurance.
Okay. So now we're going to add another reward prompt message to keep the lead engaged. Audience, any suggestions? Because we're almost ready for the lead gen questions. We just have one more question. Anything that we want to tell them to keep them going? To keep them going through the bot, that'll keep them engaged. All right, thank you. Let's continue. Sounds good, but maybe without the question mark.
Right, got it. Okay, and here, don't forget to connect the node to this reward prompt. Okay.
All right, so now we're going to move on to the discovery question 4, which is, how old are you or the one you'd like to have health insurance for?
Okay, so here we could say something, I don't know, 50 to 64
Yeah,
years old, and then 65 or older.
that's fine. Great.
And again, we need to save this as a variable. In this case, it's going to be age.
Great. And so as she does that, now what we're going to do is we're going to add a conditions block connected to this question. So this is to disqualify people who are over the age of 65 and do not currently have insurance. Okay, that means that we have no plan for them. So Judith, will you take us through this?
Yes. So as Rachel was mentioning, if people select this option, 65 or older, we're not gonna be able to provide any services to them. So we're gonna write a message like, thank you, but we don't have any plans that would fit your needs at the moment.
Great. All right. So now,
Sorry,
go ahead.
we don't have any plans. All right, now got it.
Also, Tim, you can also say, why don't you join our mailing list and we'll let you know if we find a plan that better adapts to your needs. That's totally an acceptable answer as well, for sure. All right, so audience members, we need one more reward message before we get to the lead generation questions to consider this a true lead. So audience members, any way that we can give them one more prompt, one more reward prompt to get them to the lead generation question side? I'm waiting on you in the chat. Okay, there's Sarah is quite quick. You are one step away from being recommended a health insurance plan for you or your loved one. I just need to confirm a few details about you. Great, let's use that. Thanks, Sarah.
Okay. I got it.
Okay. So now we're moving on to the last part of this lead gen bot, which is the action message and the closing. So now that we've gotten to know more about the lead through our discovery questions and the promise to deliver value, we can ask the lead now the lead generation questions. So let's start with the first one. Let's start with, what's your first name?
Okay, in this case, we're gonna save this as first name. We're gonna ask them their last name as well.
Yep.
We're gonna ask them for their email.
Yep. And are you saving the variables?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is already pre-saved. And then the last one is gonna be phone. What's your number? You can select to show the country code. In this case, we're gonna select it and apply.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have to deliver what we promised. Is it possible to implement an input validation? You mean like text response? Ramsey? People can type in text responses as well. So if I hope that answers your question. All right, so now we have to deliver what we promised. So now we're on the lead magnet section of this bot. So I went ahead and I asked ChatGPT to make a brochure of all of these different plans. And so what we're going to do is recommend them a plan based on the answers they so kindly provided to us. And then we will attach the lead magnet, which is the brochure PDF that has all the information about the plans available, such as price, features, the rest. So do you want to go ahead and start with the first message, which I think that we are going to be recommending them Opti Plus?
Yes, that's the plan that we're gonna recommend, and we're also going to attach the brochure that you were just mentioning, which is this one.
Right.
Okay.
But to make this even more valuable, and we're going to move on to the AI value add-on now, is we're going to add buttons to show you cool things that you can do with AI FAQs that can automatically answer questions for you about the plans. So Judit, can you add the buttons?
Yes. I've got a question. I don't have any questions. Okay. In case they have a question. So here we're just gonna give them the option to ask any questions that they have. In this case, we're gonna say, ask me any questions about our plans.
And that's super important because if you say, ask me anything, we've had people build bots and they're like, how can I be happy? Or questions like that. So you really want to make sure that you are controlling the narrative here. All right, so then we're going to connect that to the AI FAQ bot block, sorry. So what I have done is I have asked ChatGPT based on the PDF that you guys will later see when we show you this bot. I've asked ChatGPT to give me some of the more common questions about the plans brochure, and I asked it to design it for me. So that's what we're going to feed to the bot. And if you're doing this yourself, you will need to paste all the information and FAQs related to your business because this is just a demo to show you how it's done.
Okay, so I'm gonna feed this information to the bot and apply. Okay, done.
Okay. So now the FAQ block is done. I think we're ready to go in with the Google Sheets integration. So one thing quickly is that we have already made a template that you can use and duplicate when you receive this template. So we spent some time previously creating the spreadsheet and the columns, and you'll have them available to you in this template.
Okay, so at the moment I'm connecting my account, which I just did. Now you guys need to select a file. In our case, it's gonna be this one. And then you need to select the sheet and select an action, which will be insert a new row. So now we just need to add all the variables that we saved previously. So bear with me because there's a lot of them. So
Yeah, we
I'll
did.
try to pass fast.
We asked for a lot of information. We asked for a lot of context for sure, but that way we can provide them with the best plan possible. So it was all for a good cause. All right. Could you please show it once again with the AI implementing? Let's see. Do you mean how we fed the bot with the AI with the context? It's Universitat. I'm trying to answer your question, but I'm not sure. Could you please show it again? Could you state what you meant? All right, well then we'll come back to you on that one. All right, let me know when you have it all connected.
Done.
Okay. And we'll get back to you on the AI FAQ block. I think it's around, I don't want to say the wrong number, around characters. So let me come back to you, Tim, on that one. But there is a character limit on the AI FAQ block, okay? All right. So last but not least, we have the Google Sheets integration connected. Now we need to end with a farewell message. So we want to say something nice and show some next steps. So audience members, can you help us think of a goodbye message? That's nice. All right, Sarah Martin says, thank you very much. Someone from Health Insurance Plus will call you shortly. Have a great day.
All right, I'm gonna copy that.
Great. Okay, great. So, yes, okay. So now the time has come to talk about tracking the Facebook pixel and Google Analytics. So just so you guys know, we've already installed the Facebook pixel and Google Analytics tracking codes along with the correct IDs in the head of our landing page. So in our case, the CMS that we use is Webflow, and we've done this to capture lead data when users interact with the bot. In addition, we set up a custom event in Google Analytics to specifically track new leads. So this event will now appear in real-time reports. So now all we need to do is add a code block with the bot's flow that includes the following lines. So as you can see, they're right there. It's the window G tag event new lead. And this is for the new lead in Google Analytics. And then the window FBQ track lead inside the code block for the Facebook pixel. So by placing these code blocks at the appropriate step where the lead is generated, so after they answered all the questions about their name, their last name, their phone number, their email, this is where we would consider the lead is fully generated. And we'll also be able to ensure that Google Analytics and the Facebook pixel accurately track these leads in real time. We also have some help articles that my colleague is going to send through right now, so you can do it yourself too. There they are. Okay, so this is like a cooking show, which means that we have already embedded our bot into our landing page, and it's very similar to the one that we built together. But Judit, I see you're already doing it. Can you navigate to the share section and select the embed option to show them the code that they would need to copy and then paste in the section of their CMS to embed the bot onto their landing page? In our case, it's Webflow. So as you can see it here, you would copy that, you would paste it in one of your site containers in your CMS, and then your bot would appear. And that's really much it, guys. Are we ready to play with the bot? We'll come to your questions now because I see that there's been a lot of them. I would also like details on how the bot is connected with AI. Okay, we'll come to these questions. But first, does everyone want to play with our bot? Yes? Okay, I'm going to paste it here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ready? Go. Okay, I'm also going to share my screen. Okay, you guys can go ahead and start interacting with it. So here it is. I'm going to start it again. So you can see we have embedded it here. I'm going to refresh it. Health Insurance Plus. I'm going to start again because this is not the first time I have played with this bot. I'm going to start it. The insurance is for me. I already have health insurance. I have Blue Cross. I'm less than 55 years old. My name is Rachel. My last name is Kreis. I'm going to put a fake phone number there. Oh, wait, it's my email. Sorry. I will make it kind of fake. It's not. And then I will put a fake phone number for now, just so we can keep going. And it's recommending me, as you guys can see, the OptiPlan Plus is the best fit for our needs. And of course, our lead magnet has been attached. Here you guys can see it. Can everyone see the brochure of all of the different plans? And now I'm going to interact with the AI, and I'm going to ask, tell me about the standard plan. See what it says. The standard plan covers annual checkups, basic prescription drugs, and low copay special visits with partial dental and vision benefits. And then the bot closes and says, thank you very much. Someone from Health Insurance Plus team will call you shortly to offer you the best personalized proposal. Okay, but what about the tracking, right? Let me make sure I can pull up the chat. I don't know what happened with my chat. Here you guys are. Okay, so look at here. I used Metapixel Helper just to make sure that I was able to track the lead. As you see, I have generated the lead. Can everyone see that? Yes? Okay, great. Now I'm gonna go into Google Analytics and see if we we have 5 new leads. So as you guys can see, it's showing up in my real-time reports in Google Analytics. Are you guys seeing this? Yes. We have 5 new leads. And last but not least, let's check out our database. Here it is. All of the people who have filled out the bot so far. We have their first name, last name, whether it's for them, whether they have insurance or not, what their current insurance is, how old they are, their email, and their phone number. And so this is the database that you time to move to the Q&A. All right, so we have a first question, which is there an option to A/B test different bot conversations?
Okay, I'll take that one. Yes, there is an option. We actually have a blog that it's called A/B test, which can help you compare how different bot flows behave. And then you can optimize the flows based on that data that they collect.
Okay. There was another question about what happens if a bot requires human intervention?
So if the bot reaches to a point where the bot cannot help that user anymore, you can redirect the user to a human, right? That feature, it's called human takeover block, which basically you can put that anywhere in the flow. And when the bot gets to that block, it'll be redirected to the agent that is available, and they will be able to get the help they need.
Okay. Can you stop the Q&A GIF on repeat? I can't, but you know what I can do? I could just get him away. Is that better for you, Joyce? We'll do this. Q&A. And that's it. Is that better for you? You're welcome. I could see why that would be annoying. All right. We had some other questions. I asked the one about what happens if the bot conversation requires human intervention.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I already responded to that.
All right. Tim has a question. Can we set, I'm going through all the questions now. Is there a character limit for the AI FAQ block? There is. It says so in the block. Can you check, Judy? If you open up the block, it will actually tell you.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
It's either 5,000 or 50,000, but I don't want to say the wrong number.
50,000 characters.
50,000 characters. Okay, good. I knew it was a 5 something, but keeping me on my toes, Tim. And then Universitat said, could you please show it once again with AI implementing? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yes, exactly how you connected your bot with AI to enable it with free questions. So we have it already connected to ChatGPT. So that's how we're doing it. So it's just already integrated. I don't know if that answers your question. Kimberly said, I would also like more details on how the bot is connected with AI to answer free questions. Is it essentially connected to an FAQ sheet, which you pasted over? Assuming so, what happens if someone asks a question outside of the FAQ sheet? So yes, what we do, so what generally happens and what our clients see, right, is they have websites like pages where they have a full page of FAQs, right? So like question, answer, question, answer. What you would do is you would copy all of that and then paste that into the FAQ block. The idea is to have as detailed of as an answer as possible. It is true that AI still can hallucinate. There's no denying that. But just like the same way people make mistakes as well, right? So you can ask a human and they could give you the wrong answer. But the idea here, and from what we saw, it answered my questions perfectly in regards to the standard plan. So the idea is to have your questions and answered any possible question in that whole mapped out, well explained, and then feed it to the AI. So that way it hallucinates less. All right. more as a PDF. Actually, with our AI assistant, you can do the PDF now. So yeah, we did this with the AI FAQ block. But if you check out just like in Landbot and you go to AI assistance, there's PDF feature. But you can also copy and paste all the information. So if not, you can also just copy your PDF and just paste it inside. Okay. We're getting close to time now. Can the bot? No. Okay. I think I already got that question. Sorry, there. I'm just going through them. I think that's all the questions that we had. Can we set this up to answer a few questions before it finishes with the AI step and thank them for engaging? Tim, what do you mean by that? When you ask if you can set it up to answer a few questions before it finishes the AI and thank them for engaging? Just so you can clarify your question and we can answer it for you. No? All right. Well, you can have the AI answer. It was if I asked if I can set it up to answer a follow-up question. Yeah, you can ask one question and then use AI. You can have AI answer 5 questions or 1 question or 10 questions or however many questions. So you can set it up however you want. You don't have to have AI answering all the questions. If you have a solid answer and you don't need AI for that, like how much does it cost? $100. You might not need AI for that, right? So that might not even be an AI question that you would want to incorporate there. It's more about the questions that might be lengthier or more about plans or specific details that maybe take more time to answer. Yes, and as Jackie said, you can use the AI lead gen block for that. Great, Tim. Great to hear you'll experiment with it. All right, so you guys, I think we've gotten through all of the questions, and so the time has come to conclude our webinar. Thank you so much for attending. In the next days, you are going to receive a thank you email with this recording. Don't worry if you're late to the party because you're going to get the recording, so you'll be able to watch the whole thing. You're also going to get a lead gen template bot bundle that includes the bot we made together today, and one for the utility industry and one for the automotive industry. You will also receive a bot, which you will have 3 weeks to fill out to redeem your 50% discount on either the WhatsApp Pro or Pro plan, lasting for 3 months, depending on the plan you currently have. The promo code is only valid for the monthly plans, as I mentioned. That's very funny, Giles, as I mentioned before. And if you do decide to upgrade your plan, you will be able to schedule a consulting call with one of our experts. So now the time has come to close the webinar, but please, we have a quick survey with 3 questions that are going to pop up, and we would love to have your feedback because we are always trying to improve, and we appreciate your responses. So we really enjoyed building this lead gen bot with you guys. Thank you so much for your participation. Judit, how did you feel about it?
Good. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
All right. And so with that, we'll say that's all, folks, and stay tuned for the email with the bot and the template. I can't even say my last words. Stay tuned for the email with the bot templates, the promo to access your discounts, and the recording of this webinar. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.